Okay, good morning. Welcome to the Delaware County Council meeting, January 4th, 2021 at about 10:02 a.m. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. And if everybody would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. You want to start, Steve?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Steve, would you give us a roll call, please?
Mr. Ballard.
Here.
Ms. Chambers.
Here.
Ms. Lassiter.
Here.
Ms. Piper.
Here.
Mr. Quakenbush.
Here on virtual.
Mr. Webb.
Here.
Mr. Alexander.
Here.
Mr. Hughes.
Here.
Okay, once again, questions from the public may be directed to the County Council website at countycouncildist@co.delaware.in.us. Again, that's countycouncildist@co.delaware.in.us. I'm going to turn the meeting over to Steve Craycraft, the auditor for the elections for president and vice president. Steve?
Good morning. Need a motion for president of county council for 2021.
I move to nominate Scott Alexander as president of county council for 2021.
My second.
Motion been made. Second. Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter.
Point of
Yes.
order,
Yes.
we have to close the nominations first.
I'm sorry, Ron. Motion to close nominations.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush.
Yes.
Mr. Webb.
Yes.
Mr. Alexander.
Yes. Were you voting on the closing the nominations?
Now take the motion for president.
Okay, this is the motion for the president for Mr. Alexander. Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush.
Yes.
Mr. Webb.
Yes.
Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Alexander.
Yes.
Okay, need a motion for vice president for county council for 2021.
Motion made to nominate Jessica Piper as vice president of county council for 2021.
Second. Second by Ron.
Any
Motion
other
to close
nominations?
Motion to close nominations.
Second.
Motion's been made to close nominations. Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush.
Yes.
Mr. Webb.
Yes.
Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Alexander.
Yes.
Voting on Ms. Piper for vice president for 2021. Ms. Lassiter.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush.
Yes.
Mr. Webb.
Yes.
Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Mr. Alexander.
Yes. All right, Steve, I'll take the meeting back. Thank you, guys. Denise, was the agenda posted
Yes.
and advertised?
Yep.
I need an approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion from Piper, second from Ballard. Any discussion on that? Roll call, please, Steve.
Miss Lassiter,
Yes.
Miss Piper,
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush,
Yes.
Mr. Webb.
Yes.
Mr. Ballard,
Yes.
Miss Chambers.
Yes.
Mr. Alexander.
Yes. And we'll need an approval of the minutes for November the 24th, December the 8th, and a special meeting on December the 16th of 2020.
Move to approve?
Second.
Motion from Jessica, second from Jane. Any discussion, corrections?
I've got some discussion. If
Yep.
we weren't there for the special meeting on the 16th, do we need to abstain?
They're not there.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm asking, because
Mm-mm.
now the reason, are we lumping all three of those meetings into one vote, or
We were.
I don't,
We-
well, then I have to abstain from all.
Mhm.
We did. I mean, if you watch the meeting, you
I
probably,
watched- I watched it,
you
but I was
probably
not
got the
a part of
gist of it. So it's up to you whether you want to vote or abstain.
Because you were at the other two.
I was at the other two, but I was not on the Zoom meeting.
Well,
As of right now, the motion is for all three.
Okay.
Roll call,
I
Steve?
will withdraw my second if you think we need to withdraw.
Yeah, I can move to withdraw and then motion to approve November 24th minutes.
Okay,
December 8th. Because
And-
you guys were both there.
Okay, and December 8th.
Jane, you withdrew.
Yes.
Jessica, you withdrew your motion, and the new motion is for the approval of November 24th and December 8th regular meetings.
Mhm.
Correct.
Any discussion? Roll call, please, Steve.
Miss Piper,
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush,
Yes.
Mr. Webb.
Yes.
Mr. Webb has to abstain.
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 Couldn't have.
Mr. Ballard,
Yes.
Miss Chambers,
Abstain.
Miss Lassiter,
Yes.
Mr. Alexander.
Yes. What was the total on that? We got 4, didn't we?
1, 2. Yeah, 5-2.
Okay, all right. All right, and I would entertain a motion for the special meeting on December the 16th.
I'll move to approve.
Motion from Jessica,
Second.
second from Ron and Jane. Jane, I'll take Jane on that one. Any discussion?
I have a question. So Ryan had mentioned not being present and abstaining, and then I think it was Jane that had just mentioned with me not being present before to abstain. Is this something I would need to abstain from as well?
Mhm.
You might have said, because when this happened, you weren't elected, so I mean, it would probably should abstain, yeah. Yep. Roll call, Steve, please.
Mr. Quakenbush,
Yes.
Mr. Webb,
Abstain.
Mr. Ballard,
Abstain.
Miss Chambers,
Abstain.
Miss Lassiter,
Yes.
Miss Piper,
Yes.
Mr. Alexander.
Yes.
Thanks, Ryan Ballard.
I'd like to make a point of information. I think it would be a good time for us to introduce Mr. Webb to the public as our new member. And also, I haven't met him myself. So I think it'd be appropriate.
Ryan, you want to introduce yourself?
Well, yeah, I was hoping to catch up with you, Ron, and meet you as well. Gonna call you recently, but I heard you was on vacation. I didn't want to interrupt that, but my name is Ryan Webb, and I'm the newly elected member of the Delaware County Council, and I'm looking forward to learning a lot. And if anyone wants to reach out to me, my number is public, and I'm always available for a conversation or take any phone calls. So I look forward to meeting each and every one of you guys and working with everyone in the future.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan. And Ron for getting that in there. All right, we are on to the transfer agenda. There is one transfer, and this was the leftover from the special meeting. You guys all got email copies of that. I don't know that well, it looks like we've got some printed out here in the room too.
Let me read it.
Yeah, go ahead and read that if you would.
Highway Department, C-111 payroll clerk plus $17,331. 134 truck driver plus 38,098. 147 truck driver plus 38,098. 173 health insurance minus 93,527. Total request 0.
Move to approve?
Got a
Second.
motion to approve from Jessica
Ron seconded.
and a second from Ron. Okay, any discussion from council on that?
I would like to say something.
Go ahead, Ron.
Just to reiterate, Scott called me late November, early December, and pointed out a problem that some folks at the highway weren't going to be paid. At that time, he thought it was 9 people. It ended up being 3 because of budgetary problems during the annual budget hearing. Worked pretty hard on that to get information back to Scott, and he and I discussed the issue, and he decided then to hold the special meeting to give the commissioner's vote of confidence. And at that time, it didn't come on the floor for lack of a second, this transfer. Some things transpired after that that emotionally affected me. But as I've always preached to all the newcomers and to you, Mr. Webb, that we're here to represent those that elected us and not ourselves and our own feelings. Therefore, I just wanted to clarify that as I make my vote this morning.
Are any of the commissioners on? I think James said he was. Going to be available to talk about that. James, are you out there?
I really don't want to discuss it. I just wanted to let you know how I feel about my position as a council member.
Yeah, Ron, Scott, I'm on here.
Okay, all right.
I'm just getting ready to, I've got 2 meetings at about at the same time this morning.
Okay, is there anything that you wanted to say about that, James? I don't know that we have any specific questions yet.
If you guys don't have any questions, just came on here just in case you guys did.
Okay,
But I got one.
hang on.
Mr.
ahead.
King, I do want to ask you, as of right now, are the truck drivers, obviously, is this for paving? And I guess how much paving are we doing right now?
Well,
Is my
it's going to be for snow plowing. It's going to be for paving. Hopefully we can get out, also do debrushing. See, they just don't do paving out there. They do a lot more than just the paving. So, you know, I can't, I mean, if we have a big snow, Ryan, they rotate in and out. So we're not having them work, you know, more than 16 hours because I believe OSHA will not allow it. And actually, Ron was right. There was 9, but we've had some that have decided to retire from those positions. So those positions we're not actually asking to fill. And then we've had a couple that went and found other jobs elsewhere. We're just asking to fill the positions that we still had going into 2021, which was 2 truck drivers and also the payroll clerk. So there is going to be a reduction out at the highway.
That was it for me.
Anybody else have any questions on that from council?
I think as for me, I thought it was just a lesson in government that probably it was not presented the right way at budget time. And like I said, I think it was a lesson to all of us that at budget time we need to be very careful and very clear on what we're wanting and whose responsibility is what.
Well, and just for the public's benefit too, and I think I talked about this at our special meeting. After our November meeting, sometime after, within days of the meeting, I got a call from the commissioners asking to see if there was anything that we could do with this. And the only thing that we could come up with was this transfer. We, you know, attempted to get that done at a special meeting, and there just wasn't the support for it there at the special meeting. And I appreciate, James, you coming on and talking to us and being able to answer questions, being available to answer questions on this in case any come up. And if there's no further comment, we'll go ahead and ask for a roll call. Yep, go ahead.
For comment. This was the issues that were discussed at that special meeting. Obviously, I wasn't a part of the council at that moment. I did watch it on Zoom, so I'm familiar with the situation. Is this a situation that I should abstain from as well?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, you are now a sworn in council member and with all the responsibilities that fall on your shoulders. So as long as you feel, you know, if I think the reason for the abstention is, you know, then you weren't elected. This meeting happened, but the transfer we're discussing today is January 4th, 2021 transfer. So,
Okay.
so I mean, it's your vote is completely up to you. How you want to vote, and you can vote yes, no, or abstain
Okay.
on that.
And with
Well,
that,
this comment is just to Ryan Webb. The reason you have to abstain is if you are not in attendance at a meeting, then you cannot approve what was said at that meeting. So basically, that's what your abstentions.
So he wasn't in office at that time, Jane.
Beg your pardon?
He
Yeah.
wasn't in office at that time. He didn't come in office until January 1st.
That's correct, but anytime you should not approve the minutes of a meeting that you're not in attendance of.
All agreed.
He didn't.
thank you for that. I just wanted one more question on that. From observing it and just listening, is my understanding that the transfer of the health insurance is not necessarily new money, but money that's already in the budget. So it's nothing really any extra money. It's just money that was already in their own budget, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it was money that was in there, plus there was extra in the health insurance because at the time budgets were created in July, they were told to put an extra 10% in the health insurance because at that time we didn't know if our insurance was going to come up. So that's why they're taking it from insurance, because they have extra.
Okay, thank you.
And Ryan, this is out of highway, not county general.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Any further questions? Okay, roll call, please, Steve.
Mr. Webb,
Yes.
Mr. Ballard, Yes. Ms. Chambers,
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter,
Yes.
Ms. Piper,
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush,
Yes.
Mr. Alexander.
Yes. All right, Bill, are you still there?
Yes. Oh, is that the only transfer?
Yes, need to make a motion.
All right, so motion to approve financials transfers and to amend salary ordinance with like reductions and to amend hiring freeze ordinance 2020-015.
Second.
Okay, got a motion from Jessica and a second from Ryan. And my question to Bill is, did we need to go ahead and approve this, this motion? Since we're just doing a transfer?
That would be my.
Okay,
You're adjusting the salary.
yep,
ordinance.
that's right. Okay,
Yep.
okay. Any discussion on that? Roll call, please, Steve.
Miss Ballard, I'm sorry, Mr. Ballard.
I got called Mr. Piper once,
Yes.
it's fine.
Yes. Ms. Chambers, Ms. Lassiter,
Yes.
Ms. Piper,
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush,
Yes.
Mr. Webb.
Yes.
Mr. Alexander.
Yes. All right, I don't think we have any committee reports on there. We do have some appointments.
Did everybody get a copy of it?
They don't. I'm going to read them in, and then we'll distribute copies to everybody. If it's approved, we'll update it and distribute the copies. if it's approved. I'm just going to go down through the changes and the name of the boards on these, and then I would look for entertain a motion to approve. The Alcohol Beverage Board, most of these are reappointments for consideration. So Alcohol Beverage Board is Doug Hutchison, and we would extend that. That's an annual appointment according to my sheet to 2021. Animal Control, the two in there are John Boyce, who is a veterinarian on that board, and Gay Barrett, and those would be 3-year terms, and we will have to update those with the Animal Control Board. They're listed as annual on there, and I believe, talking to John Boyce, we appointed him last year, but we'll need to update those dates for you guys once we get those done. Attorney Bill Hughes, reappoint for another year. Community Corrections, Jessica Piper, that's a reappoint. We're losing one in Convention and Tourism, Jared Walls. That appointment is no longer available to the council. Daleville Economic Board, Brent Cheatham is a reappointment. EMA Advisory Board, I don't have a date on that for Steve. Is that an annual appointment, Steve, for the EMA Advisory Board?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'll have to look at the spreadsheet.
we'll check on that. The Economic Development Board was Jessica. That's through 2024. The ex officio Fair Board member, Ted Bowman, would extend for another year. That's an annual appointment. Housing Authority, Patricia Rourke. That one would extend, and that's a 4-year term. Housing Authority, Sherry Kaufman. That's a 4-year term. That's it on page 1. Carrie Wiggerly, this is Redevelopment Commission. Carrie Wiggerly and Eugene Whitehead. That's an annual appointment. They've both agreed to continue on for us and have done a good job. Tax Abatement Committee, we had to change up just a little bit. We've got Ryan Ballard from County Council on there, and then Brian Waters would be a new appointment to that to take Larry Bledsoe's place. I did call Larry, and he declined to stay on that board. And then a new appointment for Rob Kiesling, and that's an April 2021. And then Brian Ballard on Yorktown Economic Development Commission. That was he was appointed last year, and that's an annual appointment to that board. And that's all the appointments. So I would entertain a motion to approve those if the council desires to do that.
Move to approve?
Second.
Got a motion from Jessica, a second from Ballard on that. Any discussion? Roll call, please, Steve.
Ms. Chambers.
Yes.
Ms. Lassiter.
Yes.
Ms. Piper.
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush.
Yes.
Mr. Webb.
Yes.
Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Mr. Alexander.
Yes. Okay, and Denise, I'll get those updated, and we'll get you updated sheets out to all the council members
Yeah, no Fair Board.
and make
appointments.
the notification. They're not up.
None of
The
them.
fair boards are
Okay.
not up. Yeah, we've got
Make sure, because commissioners had to do some this morning. I thought you guys might have one.
the fair board. We've got 2 appointments according to our sheet, and Bart Kiesling and Tom Eisen are our appointments, and they're not up till 2022.
Okay, I just wanted to
And
double check.
then Ted Bowman is our ex officio. We did reappoint for another year on that with that one. Okay,
Can I ask a question?
I guess.
This isn't the time to discuss it, but I'm a little concerned about the commissioners' changing the ordinance and taking away the appointments of Tourism Commission from the council, and not for personal reasons, but I've been involved in that particular operation since it started in the 1980s when I was a commissioner. And I'd ask Mr. Hughes to maybe do a little research and tell us what the ramifications of why they did that, or what was the purpose of it, since it's worked so well for so many years.
Mr. Hughes, would you be able to take a look or check into that for us?
I will do so, yes.
Okay, I'd appreciate that. And can you, while I've got you on there, can you go ahead and prepare an extension for you
Yes.
on that? Okay, thank you. Any other business?
They took a vote. Yeah.
Oh, we haven't taken a vote yet? Yeah, we did.
Oh,
Yes.
did you?
Yeah.
Council.
Oh,
Yeah, we voted on council appointments. Yep,
I was asleep.
that's all right.
Happy
Got that.
Monday.
Any other business from council at this point?
Are you going to do these liaisons for board?
Yeah, the liaisons, I've passed those out, or passed copies out of those, or to the council members that are in the room, and Denise. And we don't need to vote on those, I don't think. Those are just the liaisons to the boards. I will say that if you have any conflicts or feel like you'd rather not serve on those, just let me know and we can get them reassigned if we need to.
Sounds good.
But
I have-
those are the liaisons. Everybody's got a copy of those here, and everybody knows their liaisons. I'll work with Denise to get people notified of their reappointments and the dates updated on those, and we should have a copy to email out or present to you at the regular January meeting.
Good.
Anything else?
We have no emails through our email address, and one question on our Facebook page, and it was just wanting to know what specifically that Councilmember Webb was voted in to do, and he is one of our at-large members. So there are 3 of us, and that's what his role is on the council. Other than that, that's all.
Okay. All right. I would go ahead.
I just wanted to thank everyone for working, with being welcoming and working with me through this first meeting, and I look forward to working with everyone. And Ron, I look forward to meeting you soon. So thank you, everyone.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Got a motion from Ballard, second from Piper. Any discussion? Roll call, please, Steve.
Miss Lassiter,
Yes.
Miss Piper,
Yes.
Mr. Quakenbush,
Yes.
Mr. Webb.
Yes.
Mr. Ballard.
Yes.
Miss Chambers.
Yes.
Mr. Alexander.
Yes. Thank you.